we will always be able to have access. So good evening, everyone. My name is Susan Walker. I am the fortunate franchise owner of the Expedia Cruises office here in Winter, and of course in our lovely center in Olds. So have the two locations in Central Alberta. We started these Passport to Possibility webinars a few weeks ago, and they're slowly starting to gain traction. So we are super excited. And we just wanted to have the different suppliers that can't necessarily come to our centers so that they can talk about their products and let people in Central Alberta know what they are all about, where they sail to, and or where they tour. So with me tonight is Neil from Ama. You've been with AmaWaterways, I think, for a long time. So we had to make a quick change of personnel. So we really appreciated, Neil, that you stepped in for our dear friend, and go and do this presentation about a half an hour. And then if you do have any questions, we will quickly go on and answer them. And then, and then that will be a wrap. So let's get started. Neil, would you like to take it away?
Perfect. Thank you very much, Susan. So as Susan said, my name is Neil Dudley. I'm covering off for the beautiful Fatima de Silva, who is unable, unfortunately, to make it last minute. But as Susan implied, I am the oldest one on the team. So I've been around for a long time, 8 years with AmaWaterways. So what I thought I'd do tonight, though, is give you a quick overview of who AmaWaterways is, what it is that we provide, and of course, go through some of the lovely destinations that we have, and of course, some of the amazing offers as well. So little history about our company, folks. We are a European family-founded company, two main families since our inception 23 years ago. You've got Rudy and Christine there, husband and wife team from Germany and Austria, combined with the Murphy family from Ireland. So I love to put this slide up there because I can't always tell whether you've river cruised or not, but there's a very good chance that you've probably ocean cruised. And while we are a cruising experience, we are very different to our ocean cruising cousins. On a river cruise, folks, you are always within sight of land. Different port of call each and every day, generally arriving around breakfast, staying right through till dinner, late nights and overnights in a number of ports of call. And with AmaWaterways, a much more intimate cruising environment with an average of 155 guests on board our beautiful ships. Now at AmaWaterways, folks, we say we are the leaders in innovation. And this is not just something that our marketing department came up with, but it's based on the fact that Rudy down there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen is not just one of our owners. He's actually the architect and designer of every single one of our ships, always coming out with something new and exciting that the world of river cruising has never seen before. We were the very first river cruise line to bring ships out with outdoor balconies. And as you just saw on that last slide, there's always something to see day or night. And these are the cabins that our guests book first. We were the very first river cruise line to have a wellness host on board, to have a fitness center, to have bikes on board for you to use. But there's another big reason why Rudy is referred to in our industry as the godfather of river cruising. And that's because of something else that can sometimes happen on a river cruise. You may have heard of this before. Sometimes water levels can be too high or too low. Well, Rudy knew all about this, so actually designed our fleet of ships to have the shallowest draft of any river cruise line. We only need about 4 feet of water underneath us in order to be able to cruise, putting us in the best position to always provide you with that luxury river cruise experience. Now, folks, I can tell you it's been Rudy's lifelong dream to always be a river cruise owner, architect, designer. And I actually happen to have footage of Rudy's very first river cruise to share with you tonight. Now, it does go back quite a ways, folks. Back to 1975, in fact, on the Amazon, and there is Rudy up close and in person. Now, for those of you who have not yet been on an AmaWaterways river cruise before, I can assure you, we've come a long way since Rudy's very first river cruise. There's no more manual labor involved for you. In fact, folks, this is what the AmaWaterways experience looks like today. of that, folks, is just a little glimpse into the AmaWaterways experience. So what I want to do is tell you the AmaWaterways difference. And it starts with the fact that we've got a fleet of 28 sister ships, meaning no matter which ship you are cruising on any river around the world, you're always getting that same core AmaWaterways experience that you just saw in the video. But I want to mention one ship just a little different, folks. She's the AmaMagna. She's the world's largest river cruise ship ever to be built, twice as wide as our regular ships. And she was really designed for ocean cruisers in mind, who've maybe looked to the world of river cruising with a number of misperceptions, such as, I'm not old enough to do a river cruise, or I'm going to be bored on a river cruise, or the cabins are too small and there's not enough food choice on board. Well, this is why Rudy built the AmaMagna. The AmaMagna has 4 different restaurants on board. These are all included experiences: rooftop heated pool, a hot tub, multiple lounges, including a private movie theater. But folks, we only added another 40 guests on board, so 196 guests. That's because the size of the suites are truly something unheard of for a river cruise experience. They actually start at 355 square feet and go up to 710 square feet. Folks, that is boutique ocean ship standard size and a unique cruising experience. But let's talk about the accommodation on all of our regular ships in Europe. We've got 3 levels of accommodation, and we've got our signature twin balcony suites that Rudy designed. We've got our staterooms, we've got our French balcony suites, and all of the cabins have the iMac entertainment system. So your movies, your music, your TV channels. Wi-Fi is complimentary throughout your entire cruise experience, no matter what device you bring or don't bring. If you don't want to bring one, you've got full access through the iMac entertainment system. With those signature twin balcony suites, as I mentioned, a very unique design. So we like to think that we've perfected the balcony experience. So as you see on the left-hand side, that's the typical outdoor balcony. Table, chairs, you're actually able to sit outside, enjoy the lovely weather, enjoy all the lovely views. But what happens when the weather's not so nice? Maybe it's a bit cooler, maybe it's raining outside. That's where we have the matching mirrored indoor balcony that you see there on the right. Ceiling to floor windows, table and chairs, so that no matter what the weather, no matter what the temperature, you're always able to enjoy that beautiful balcony experience. Now, on board all of our ships, we've got multiple lounges for you to relax and enjoy. The picture in the top left-hand corner, that's a shot of the main lounge. That's the main hub of activity. This is where the cruise managers give his or her port talks each and every evening. This is where our locally themed entertainment happens every evening when we are cruising. And after they are done, we've got our onboard musicians to play music into the later hours as well. We've got our library lounge, fireplace, and books to read in a quieter area, and our 24-hour cafe and lounge. Coffee, tea, espresso available whenever you'd like. And we've also got complimentary tapas throughout the day in each of our lounges for you to enjoy. Speaking of food, this is an area we truly do excel. We've got multiple included dining venues on all of our ships. Picture in the top left-hand corner, that's a shot of the main dining room. Has about 170 seats in there. We've got about 155 guests on board. What that means, it's open seating. Come and dine whenever, wherever you like. Tables of 2, 4, 6, or 8 for you to enjoy. And new as of this year, folks, we've eliminated all self-service buffets. It is now an elevated a la carte dining experience for you to enjoy for all of your meals. In addition, we've got our private wine rooms to the left and to the right-hand side, seat about 6 or 8 guests. So a bit more of an intimate dining experience. And at the back of the ship, we've got the chef's table restaurant. Seats about 28 guests, and a totally different menu than what you're going to find in the main restaurant. And we make sure everybody gets a chance to dine in here at least once during their journey, because we won't take a second reservation from guests until everybody else has made their first reservation. And of course, if you have any sort of dietary restrictions, please just let the team at Expedia know. They'll make sure that we are aware, and our chefs will create an equally impressive array of meals with your specific dietary needs in mind. Some of the onboard service that we've got, if you are the kind of cruiser that likes to get a massage or get your hair done, there are those services available on board. As I mentioned, we've got the fitness center, the wellness host, the bikes on board for you to take out, guided cycling tours for you to enjoy. But I will say the most popular area of recreation happens to be the rooftop heated pools we have in all of our main ships in Europe. Hot tubs up on our boutique fleet over in France. And folks, the pool is a great area to relax and enjoy all the beautiful sights. And yes, you see there's a bartender there to take care of your every need. But with AmaWaterways, folks, you can bring on board whatever you like and enjoy it wherever you like. Maybe you've flown over in duty free and bought a bottle. Maybe you've gone off to a winery that day and bought a bottle there. Bring it back on board, enjoy it in the restaurant, enjoy it in the lounge, enjoy it up at the pool. Basically, we want you to enjoy your AmaWaterways River Cruise experience exactly how you wish to do so. without ever having to pay anything extra while you are on board. Now, another question I always get asked about the pool, when is it open? Well, folks, it is open 24/7, and it is open our entire season, which goes from March right up through till the end of December, when we do my absolute favorite European river cruise, and those are the Christmas markets river cruises. Now, yes, admittedly, in November and December, we do tend to turn the temperature up a bit more in the pool, but I always like to encourage my fellow Canadian guests, if you are going to go over and enjoy a beautiful Christmas markets river cruise, please bring your swimwear, go up and enjoy the pool, because it's the perfect opportunity for you to meet your fellow Canadian travelers, because we're the only ones using the pool at that time. So let's talk about what's included, folks, with AmaWaterways. Pretty much everything is included. All of your meals are included. All of your drinks with all of your meals, unlimited beer, wine, and soft drinks. Whatever you brought on board, plus we have our sip and sail. It's essentially like a happy hour, so unlimited beverages leading right up till dinner begins. All of your tours are included, folks. We have no optional excursions. And in the larger cities and towns, we give you a choice of activities. 4, 5, sometimes 6 different choices. You decide what it is you would like to see and do, and that's all included as part of your AmaWaterways River Cruise experience. Now, we try to put no more than 15 guests per tour guide utilizing the AudioVox system. But folks, we also have different activity levels when it comes to our tours. So if anybody listening today has any mobility issues, please note we always have gentle pace tours going. We've got regular tours. We've got more active pace tours, such as our guided hiking and guided cycling experiences. As a result, the average age of our guests are people in their 30s all the way up to people in their 80s and 90s, because they all feel that they can do the river cruise experience exactly how they wish to see and do. But my favorite enhancement came out in 2019. We were the very first river cruise line to have our own app called My AmaCruise. Now, this app has all sorts of great information for you before, during, and after your river cruise. Beforehand, it has all sorts of information on the cruise. Your documents are in there, information on the ship. But my favorite part of this app actually happens when you are on board. Now, I will assume everybody watching has taken a guided tour at some stage in your life. That means you've listened to a tour guide take you all around an area, tell you all about those beautiful sights. And of course, you take picture upon picture upon picture to remember all of these beautiful sights. And you get back home after your 1 or your 2-week vacation, and you start looking back through your hundreds and hundreds of pictures. And you look back through some of these going, I have absolutely no idea what that is, let alone why I took a picture of this place. Well, folks, if you take all of your pictures now through the My AmaCruise app, all of the notes that the tour guide gave you on that day will automatically be linked to the pictures you took that day. Forms into your own digital photo album for you to look at for years and years, and remember every part of your AmaWaterways River Cruise experience. And with one simple click, it's uploaded to your favorite social media site, whether that's Facebook or Instagram. Folks, this is just a map of everywhere that we cruise in Europe and beyond, and I'm going to go through them in a very brief overview, but of course, this is why you have the team at Expedia to answer the more detailed questions. So the Danube River, probably the most popular one for the first timers to choose, 7 up to 14 night experiences. You can even turn it into a 21 night experience going all the way from the North Sea right through to the Black Sea. But folks, I love to show this map because all the days that you're seeing a symbol are days that you're choosing from 4, 5, 6 different tours. So as you can see, pretty much every single day, you're customizing your touring experiences. So you've got the Upper Danube, of course, that's the most popular one on the Western Europe front. You can add Prague as a pre or post package. Lower Danube taking you from from Hungary down through to Romania, extending your cruise to go over and explore more of Romania or into Turkey. Or the most popular choice for the Canadians tends to be the longer cruises, the 14 and the 21 night experiences. Magnificent Europe will take you from Amsterdam down to Budapest. The Grand Danube taking you from Vilsoven down through to Bucharest, or the full package going from the North Sea right through to the Black Sea. Folks, over onto the Rhine and Moselle rivers, 7 up to 12 night experiences. Those are all different cruises that we have listed there. Same map showing you all the different days that you are choosing the tours you wish to see and do. Now, your traditional Rhine River will take you from Amsterdam down to the Swiss port city of Basel, extensions to explore more of Switzerland, or over into Lake Como, Italy. Now, the longer cruises are the ones that are going to include the Moselle and the Main rivers. These are offshoots of the Rhine River, so this is where you'll find your 10, 11, and 12 night experiences. We've also got some specialty cruises, including our Tulip Time experience happening in the spring in the Netherlands and Belgium. Now we're going to move over to France and Portugal, and we highlight these countries separate to the rest of Europe for two reasons. First of all, these rivers are not interconnected like the main rivers are in Europe, and these rivers are also smaller rivers than the Danube and the Rhine, so full-size river cruise ships cannot actually navigate up and down these rivers. So this is where you find our boutique fleet of ships, but as I said earlier, have all the same core features, just a few less guests on board. In France, 140 guests. In Portugal, 100 passengers. Again, the same map showing all the different days where you're customizing your touring experiences. Now, to France, you've got the rivers of the Seine, the Rhone and Saône through the heart of France, and the rivers of the Bordeaux in the southwestern quadrant. While over in Portugal, you've got the historic Douro River running on the northern part of the country right to the Spanish border. And we just recently extended our season in Portugal to run right through till the end of December now. And folks, when you are looking through the brochure, maybe you don't see exactly the river cruise it is that you wanted. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist, because as you've learned tonight, we have a fleet of sister ships, meaning you can combine any river cruises together. A very popular one I have guests doing, Amsterdam to Basel, take the TGV high-speed train over to Paris, spend a week there, and then they go do a cruise down the center of France. And then maybe they extend and carry on to go do the Douro. Very easy, folks. Let the team at Expedia know exactly what it is you want, and they can put it together for you, and you will get additional savings when you combine river cruise experiences. And folks, there's also a number of cities that aren't necessarily on the river, cities such as Prague or Istanbul. With AmaWaterways, we can add pre and post packages in any of these cities. 4 5-star centrally located hotels, daily breakfast, sightseeing tours included. But folks, we are the only river cruise line where these packages are fully escorted by the same cruise manager that you have just sailed with. So fully escorted on land and on the river, makes them amazing experiences. And folks, we are the only river cruise line whose sole focus is river cruising. We don't have an ocean cruising division to worry about. We don't have a coach touring division to worry about. And as a result, we're always coming up with new and exciting river cruise experiences for you to enjoy. And we house these in our specialty cruise section, because what we did is we took a regular river cruise and we enhanced the experience with some extra inclusions on shore and on board for you to enjoy, matching to whatever the theme of that cruise was. So we started back in 2009 with our celebration of wine experiences, where we were going to bring a North American wine host on board, have them compare the New World to the Old World wines, get some extra excursions off some lovely chateaus and wineries. Well, folks, we started with 2 of those in 2009. This year, we're going to operate over 100 celebration of wine experiences. So as a result, the celebration series has expanded. This year, we are going to launch Celebration of Music. Same idea, music host on board, and now enhanced included musical experiences in the cities of Budapest, Bratislava, Vienna, Salzburg, and Melk. Celebration of Wellness also debuts this year. Now, we always have a wellness host on board, but on these cruises, we're going to have 2 wellness hosts on board, offering 8 to 10 included wellness activities each and every day. It's like having your own wellness retreat with the benefit of the river cruise experience. And I'm not going to lie, folks, my favorite one is also debuting this year, and that's the Celebration of Beer. Again, taking that same concept as our wine cruises, having a beer host on board with some beer-focused excursions. And we're going to some incredible countries where they've got some of the best craft breweries in the world: Germany, France, Netherlands, and Belgium. Back in 2023, we also brought out Soulful Experiences. Now, this is to celebrate Black history and culture on the rivers of France. Now, we weren't sure what the response would be, but within 4 days, it was completely sold out. It is now a permanent part of our product lineup, having 6 to 7 soulful experiences each and every year, always keeping France as our core, but also adding other soulful experiences on different rivers as well. And next year, we've got an exclusive partnership with the Smithsonian. The Smithsonian has experts in their various fields. And what we're doing, bringing a couple of Smithsonian experts on board the select journeys. And every cruise they're on, we're going to have curated tours to match to their area of expertise. So if Catherine happens to be on board, she's an art historian, we will now have art history tours for your guests to choose from amongst the regular tours as well. So have a look for those debuting next year. And I don't want to forget about my absolute favorite rivers. These are the exotics. These are the experiences outside of Europe. These are truly immersive experiences. And we know these are areas of the world that people really do want to go see, but they want to do it in 5-star safety and security. And that is what a river cruise will provide. Our first foray outside of Europe was to go down on to the mighty Mekong River in Southeast Asia. 7-night experience between southern Vietnam and Cambodia, and you can extend your experience to go up to northern Vietnam. Central Vietnam debuts next year, and over into Bangkok, Thailand. Now, folks, when you do any of our exotics, it's about interacting with the locals, experiencing the different foods and cultures and religions, but it's still doing it in a boutique river cruise style. So this is the Amadara. And the ships look a little different because they don't have the same low bridges or locks to go through. But she has 124 guests on board, and every single cabin is our signature twin balcony suite. So a really spectacular experience. Next, we moved over to Africa to be the first and still the only river cruise line to do a wildlife river cruise experience on the Chobe River in South Central Africa. Now, it's a 7-day experience on the Chobe along with Victoria Falls, and you can extend your cruise, go up to East Africa, throughout Tanzania, to South Africa, to include town, Kruger National Park, Rovos Rail. Now, folks, we know that when you go to Africa, the main reason is to go and see the wildlife. And if you're to go on a land safari, there's never a guarantee that you're going to see all the wildlife that's in the area. But with our river cruise, folks, we can make that guarantee because the Chobe River is the only watering hole between Namibia and Botswana, meaning all of these animals have to come to the river every single day to bathe, to feed, and that's where we'll be sitting on the beautiful and very intimate Zambezi Queen. Only 28 guests on board. Everybody gets a balcony suite. It's also the only river cruise we have that doesn't have a set itinerary. The captain's sole responsibility, follow the wildlife each and every day so that every morning when you wake up, you'll be dining with the elephants and the giraffes. Next, we moved over to Egypt, historical part of the world, really focused around the Nile River. So it's a 7-night experience, round trip from Luxor, 3 nights in Cairo beforehand with a night in Cairo after. Pre-packages available in Jordan and Dubai, post-packages available to Alexandria. Now, folks, when you go to Egypt, it's about seeing those sites that you've probably only ever seen on TV before, but again, in boutique style. This is the Amadalia, 72 guests on board. And last year, we added a second ship, the Amalalia, just to handle the demand and capacity into the region. And folks, just over a month and a half ago, we made history by being the very first river cruise line to have our own ship on the Magdalena River in Colombia in South America. 2 different itineraries going between Cartagena and Barranquilla. And you probably are aware that the ocean ships have been stopping in Cartagena for well over a decade. In fact, folks, Colombia is the 2nd fastest growing tourist destination in the world. Incredible architecture, culinary experiences, and cultural performances as well. And we bring this all to you, again, in a boutique fashion. 64 guests on board the Alma Magdalena, and her sister ship will debut this fall. So let me introduce you to Colombian river cruising. That's just a quick sneak peek on the Alma's debut sailing just over a month and a half ago. So folks, this is our brochure. Of course, the Expedia team can get this out to you. It covers all of our different destinations. But folks, as I said, we go along the rivers, and the rivers are truly the hearts of these beautiful countries. And that is exactly what we take you to with AmaWaterways.
Step aboard a world of exceptional experiences, where your journey is our passion. Allow us to share villages that time forgot. Walk along cobblestone streets filled with the lights. Paddle through historic town squares and revel in moments that last a lifetime. When you step aboard AmaWaterways, each day brings a genuine smile that warms the heart. every river a new culture that inspires, and each course a moment to savor and share. Experience these wonders and delights with AmaWaterways, the heart of the river.
Yeah, folks, the team at Expedia will tell you the earlier you book a river cruise, the better offer you are always going to get. And the offers we've currently got on are focused around our anniversary because our birthday is on Canada Day. So right now, our anniversary sale includes select sailings where you can save $3,000 off per couple on the 7 to 11 nights. And folks, these are on departures for 25, 26, and even into 2027, which we have just launched. Now, I know there might be solo travelers listening, and traditionally with a river cruise, it's double the twin share price, but on about 40 different departures for this year and into next year, we can reduce the supplement to as low as 25%, 10%, or completely waived. So if you're a solo traveler, please get in touch with the Expedia team and they can find you that perfect experience as well. And folks, we also know that you need to fly to get over to join any of our river cruises. So any of our river cruises that happen to have a promotion on, you can take advantage of our guaranteed airfares. If you're to go this year, $10.99 Canadian round trip for economy, $29.99 for premium, $49.99 for business class, good from 15 Canadian gateways across the country, including Calgary and Edmonton. And folks, if you're looking at one of our exotics, we've got some great promotions on for those. If you're going to go all the way down to the Mekong, folks, please take full advantage and do the full 15-day experience because the north to the south to the central, all very different experiences. And if you do that on the 8-night land extension on about 40 departures for this year, next year and into 2027, you can get two for the price of one on the land extension. And Egypt, folks, more popular than ever. So we're offering a great complimentary round trip airfare to Egypt on about 30 different departures, again, for this year, next year, and into 2027. Folks, please remember that with Expedia, we work very, very closely. So they have about 100 dates where they can exclusively offer you additional onboard credits. So again, talk to them. They can find you that perfect experience when they are working through. But as a special offer for listening in, no matter when you might be listening in, folks, I want to offer you another $200 off per couple within 14 days of when you are listening to this presentation, folks. So again, some great opportunities for you to take advantage of. And we hope to see you on board very soon. And if you happen to be a past AmaWaterways guest, there are additional savings that you will get in conjunction with whatever those early booking offers are as well. So folks, we look forward to welcoming you on board. That is tonight's presentation. But if you do have any extra questions, please just put them into the little chat box, or I think you might even be able to raise your hand, but I'm going to let the team come back on, and we are happy to answer any questions that you may have for us right now.
Well, that was amazing, Neil. Super excited. Thank you so much for the exclusive offer for just our clients or our new clients that happen to today or see this on YouTube or off of our Facebook or wherever they may find them, or one of our team sending them the link. I can attest to how great Ama is. I did take a group to Vietnam and Cambodia with you guys. It was nothing but first class all the way, and definitely looking at Egypt. I was looking at Egypt fall of 2027, but you guys aren't going to offer the free airfare. I might have to revamp my schedule and maybe go in the spring. So just such a great product. Can't stress it enough, through the staff and the food and everything that's included. So great. Yeah, and some great Colombia, even your Africa, I know people that have gone on that. And they've done nothing but raved about that as well. And super interested in your beer one. I might have to go to a couple of the breweries around town and see if I can interest them. So having a week drinking beer through Europe is never a bad waste of your time. So
Not at all.
Yes. Did we have any questions? don't see anything in the chat, and everybody seems pretty quiet. So if you do have any questions, I mean, as Neil has repeatedly said, just reaching out to your travel professionals with Expedia Cruises in Red Deer Olds is really the way to do it. They are all up on the training. If they don't know something, we are super fortunate to have the amazing support of not only Neil but Fatima, and we can answer all of your questions. So Neil, it's been a busy day, a long day for you. I know it's late for you, so we're going to let you go. We're going to thank you very much again for stepping in and letting everybody know what they need to know about Ama.
Great. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night.
Awesome. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.